How do you view black-white relations? Do you think that there is still and will forever be a black-white divide?
No. It's only kept alive because it's useful. When it stops being useful, they'll get rid of it.
Useful to whom?
To white people. They need it.
Well, that is attributing a kind of a willful intent.
Of course, it's willful. It's irrational. Everybody knows it doesn't make any sense. But they hang on to this totally unscientific, mythological, metaphorical notion of division that is wasteful. It costs a lot. It diminishes the people who feel that way, and it hurts the people who don't feel that way. When they don't need it, as in wartime, they get rid of it. When they don't need it economically, they get rid of it. But if you need it in order to solve some political problem, or to justify a land grab, or you need workers who are dependent upon you, and you can convince them that, you know, $2 an hour, $5 an hour is enough, then you use it. It has powerful utilitarian purposes.
But you are saying then that whites have a willful, malicious intent as far as... I think this is a naive question.
It's a naive question.
So it's there. I mean, this malice is there. That's why I ask you, do you think it's eradicable?
Well, it'll take some generations. But let me tell you, you cannot enslave people or kill races of people, whole races in a continent. You cannot do that as a human being unless you have persuaded yourself that it is, that A, they are not people, or their lives are not worthy, or that you have a mission to do that. No human being can do that. You cannot do it unless you believe it is better for those people to be dead. If you can get in an airplane in Brazil and fly around and shoot Indians for sport now, you have to persuade yourself that they are sport. Now, I don't know if that's malice or psychosis, but it exists. And the people who do it know it. They know that they are living a lie.
Do you think that there is something inherent in us, in whites, that undervalues someone whose skin is not the same color as ours?
It's not inherent at all. It's taught. And it's taught by theologians. It's been taught by scientists. Racism is a scholarly affair. It is totally ingrained in the education that we receive. The history. Encyclopedias are full of outrageous claims about whiteness and about blackness. You can feel better, no matter what your pitiful little life is like, no matter how many times you lose, no matter how poor your existence. If you encounter a black person, you can feel better.
You said an interesting thing recently. You said that, talking about whites, you said in the final analysis, they'll give me up. If the trucks pass and they have to make a choice, they'll put me on that truck. What did you mean?
I meant that in the final analysis, if they had to choose to be white or to be human, and I was the key, they might choose to be white for those reasons. Being human is hard. It's very hard. And I'm not so sure that white people in general would make that choice.
Because that is a powerful image that you evoke. It is really the sense of the possibility of absolute betrayal of you.
Total betrayal.
Because of your skin color.
Exactly.
That must be a desperate view of black-white relations to live with.
Well, you have to be alert. You know you're in a war. I mean, without firepower or with firepower. But it is a kind of subtle war, and you can't be stupid about it.
Many white people would not admit to or have a scintilla of ill feeling towards a person because of different skin colour.
Absolutely.
And to take on the weight of what you're saying is a huge burden.
Well, I have history to back me up. I am sure that there were people who were slavers. I mean, there were Nazis. There were all sorts of genocides in all the world. We just killed people.